Hey guys, it's been a minute. Um, I've not recorded any video for a while. I think this is actually my first video for the year. So happy New Year to you. I hope the new year has brought good fortune and all good things for yourselves, whoever's watching this. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be posting any more videos actually, but a topic or something happened on YouTube and it really triggered me, not in a very good way. And that's a YouTuber by the name of Just Pearly Things. I've been on a podcast once. She has a podcast here in the UK. I I don't quite. I wouldn't say my experience was great or it was bad either. Do you know what I mean? I didn't make much of it. The show. It was like she's basically part of the manosphere, right? So she literally had a guy called Nick Fuentes. I think that's his name. And she said that slavery was exaggerated. And that kind of that fucked me off. I'm not even gonna lie to you, like literally just because what I found, like for myself, there are things I agree with the manosphere about and there are things I disagree with them about. A wise man did say, that it's just like I just have things I agree with them about and some things I don't agree with them about. But I have found that some of the manosphere people, some of the white manosphere people, there's an unspoken sort of desire for how things used to be for it to remain, or a desire also for a continuation of white supremacy, because I think that they don't say it, but I kind of read from what's not being said, and also from the black manosphere people, some of them, I also get a sense of from them that there's almost a desire to unspoken desire to be accepted in a way. I mean, you can look back at Fresh and Fit in the way of calling the black girls night riders and stuff like that, which they haven't even apologized for, but they haven't spoken about it ever since again, because obviously one of them has a black mom, and so sort of kind of like it's like an old school adoptive way of just adopting sort of like a white supremacist ideology in a way, not in the extreme where they want to keep hanging us and stuff like that. I've always had that problem with manosphere. I've always had that problem. It's almost like they always try to diminish everything that's happened. It's almost like, let's talk about the leaves and the branches, and let's ignore the roots of everything that's happened. Like say the roots of everything that happened is not the reason why we have a whole tree. Like the seeds that was planted in regards to white supremacy and racist ideologies and the erasure of the African history through slavery, and the sort of disconcerting our history for us and for other people, for the rest of the world as well. They made black not the thing to be. So there's always a desire of some of this black manosphere people, in my opinion, to always want to fit in, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like just fit in, and it's almost like their desire to fit in would allow them to almost ignore roots of things, because Just Pearly Things when I went on a show, all the staff is black. Do you know what I mean? They were cool brothers. I mean, don't get me wrong, but like how she would go on a show and say, you know, slavery was exaggerated, that she feels they exaggerated it. It's an insult to our ancestors, to our experience. Because what people don't realize about slavery, because they'll say, oh, there's always slavery before that. Yes, there was, absolutely. There was, you know, the Arabs, you know, did engage in some sort of slavery as well. But those slavery there's a difference between those slavery and transatlantic slavery. Transatlantic slavery was worse. I don't even have to, actually I would explain it to you why. Because obviously there's slavery where they take people to another place, put them to work. But transatlantic slavery was a little bit more intense. It was two-tier. Because the first one was the actual slavery. The second one was a mental one. You know, the mental one was the more damaging one. Because the moment you grab the minds of people, you can control them. In fact, you can control them to the point that they will do their job for you. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So, I think Bob Marley said it, like, emancipate yourself from, you know what I mean? Like, the erasure of our history was part of that transatlantic slavery. Like, the erasure. Like, people didn't, like, they actually have a narrative saying that we went there to upgrade them. Which, in fact, we now know that actually they went there because Africa was civilized. We can, you know, you look back into the Songhai Empire, the Benin Empire, you know, the Ghanaian Empire. You look at all these empires that has existed before colonialism. Even you look at the Portuguese, when the Portuguese went to the Congo had a vast empire before they came. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, architectural excellence, sciences, astrology, medicine, you know, they went there because it was civilized, to take from it. Because obviously now we know, we've seen the map of the Spaniard, I think it was a Catalonian explorer, that pointed at the fact that Mansa Musa was the wealthiest person on the planet in the 14th century, who was a black man, was was the king of Mali, you know, through the Songhai Empire. So we know for a fact that was, you know, that the lie they told us was a lie. Now we know. I didn't know that as a kid. So this idea that, you know, we exaggerated, like slavery was exaggerated, it's really painful to listen to from a white lady that is in Black Manosphere. And all the British black YouTubers are almost in a trance, like defending her. Like, this shit fucks me off. I'm like, are you, like, this is what I'm saying. You know, the Bible said that my people perish because they lack wisdom, they lack understanding. Because people really don't understand that the erasure of that history fucked us off for many, many years. I grew up watching my favorite movies. When I look back at it, I had to go therapy to unpack a lot of this shit. When I look back at a lot of the movies, the way they portrayed us had an effect on my mind, on how I see myself as a black man in the world. It's almost like a suppressive, like, because in the 1900s, with the creation of this new medium called the film, the moving pictures, that was the greatest powerful tool the white supremacy used to suppress black people and the rest of the world, because they were able to position the white race as the top in always a good light, and every other race as a caricature, singular type. Do you know what I'm saying? So the idea, the levels she I don't know whether it's just lack of wisdom, like the level she's saying that it was exaggerated.